Doo-doo-doo. We are notifying viewers you are live. It's Earth Day. Hey there. Cham, 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 cham. Hey everybody, as you guys are chiming in, my name is Apostle Ely. If this is your first time in my live, we are live and from streaming from TikTok. Thank you for hitting that like button. I appreciate that. As you guys are chiming in, some of you guys do not realize that I teach universal laws. I haven't actually did a live on TikTok in a minute, giving everybody the opportunity to get chimed. What's the secret to seafood? Something I can't. Actually, right now I'm on the beach, but in my lives I teach a lot about magic and spirituality, universal laws. And what's up there, my Gemini from South Africa? How you doing, sweet, on this Saturday? Y'all know I believe in as above, so below. So this definitely Saturday. I'm gonna be teaching some lessons tonight about spell work and spellcraft, dealing with the energy of Saturn. What's up there? Hey. Hi. Oh, that's Khalees. How you doing, babe? How you doing? I'm doing good today. I'm actually out here right now. I'm on the at the inlet on the beach. Me, Mother Susan, Minister Mario. I just wanted to get out. I've been at so much stuff today, trying to get stuff done, and I just wanted to get out and relax. Because if I probably stay home, I would be still doing some type of conjure. So I just can't lay down. What's up, my Chris from Philly? What it be? What it happen? I'll tell them. I said, oh, I said, Sister Tree, she had called me. I think that was the other day. I talked to her the other day, but I'm gonna let her know. We miss you so much, Khalees. Oh, Lord. But you had to grow up and go on, do your thing. I get that. But let me say this to you guys, that when it comes to spirituality, a lot of times, depending on how you grew up, especially if you grew up in the church, you have so many reservations about certain workings that you may want to do, and a misunderstanding when it comes to especially love work and money work, and when it comes to coming out and putting out libations, some people call them offerings or what have you. It is so important. I miss y'all too. Oh, I'll be visiting. Oh, you'll be visiting next week? Yes, next year. Oh, great. Oh, you grad for your graduation? Oh, coming down for graduation. Okay, keep me posted, because I still got your number. But when it comes down to spirituality and it, like I said, universal laws, it doesn't matter if you're an Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Congo. It is so important, guys, that you understand your own ashe, your own energy. And a lot of times when you're getting readings, a lot of you guys do not consider their different type of readings depending on the divination. And I'm going to teach something really important tonight, especially if you feel like that you're up on a curse, or you've been hexed or jinxed, or you've jinxed yourself because you don't know what you're doing when you're doing magic. You understand? Because a lot of people out here, they listen to people on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, and they out here practicing stuff that they weren't anointed for, consecrated for, initiated for, have little training. Hello, how you doing there, Black Pearl? All right, there, I like that name there. You know, it take a lot to make a pearl. They costly. Got to go through a lot of irritation to become a pearl. But these are the things that a lot of times the people are not aware of. And so I try to share a lot of information so people that really want to learn, because I do realize that a lot of people out here are not really trying to actually learn spirituality. They trying to learn spiritual tricks, spells, things that they feel like they're going to help them bypass responsibility. So I try to keep it real with people, and I know a lot of times people are not interested in people being honest and straight up when it comes to the craft. Whether you're Christian, Ajay, witch, mystic, whether you're a Kabbalah. And thank you so much for sharing my live. A lot of these things that, if you guys got questions, all right, Linda Green, all right, from YouTube. I'm going to be on a little later, probably around, my 9-ish clock, and I'm going to be teaching some stuff tonight, because this is going to be important. But since I haven't been on TikTok in a minute, I wanted to do a live and come on here and share some love with you guys. But if you got questions and stuff, when it comes down to what really, because like I said, I personally was born with my spiritual gifts, and I've been initiated in certain ATRs. And I think that just people overall have a misconception about magic. And so for somebody that actually does this for a living and been doing this, I'm 50 years old now, I've been doing this all my life basically. I would like to share a lot of this stuff. Like I have people receiving miracles right now that they're astounded. They know they're praying, they know they're asking God for some mother, Susan, I'm gonna do a cleansing on her and her feet and stuff like that. A lot of times we have stuff that come on, ain't really spiritual, it's just our diet, choices we making, financial problems we having, not having enough resources and stuff. It causes us to make bad decisions, and we try to use magic to fix it. So I want to be able to share stuff with you guys that, especially if you're getting certain types of readings, ancestor readings, whether you're getting readings with cards, whether you're getting tea leaf readings, palm readings, all of those things are very, very different and for different purposes. And when you don't understand that, you can be asking the right question from the wrong source. I'm going to say that again. You can be asking the right question from the wrong source. You could be having an issue with your transmission and you really think it is your engine. You understand? When you don't really know how to diagnose your situation or circumstances, sometimes not intentionally you go to the wrong people and the wrong sources, and you end up going down rabbit holes and you feel like certain things are not working for you, when the truth of the matter is you're just on the wrong road. You're on the wrong path because you don't know enough to ask the questions. You're not involved enough to know who to go to, why to go to, who to trust, because a big issue out here on social media is about trust. And let me tell y'all something. What's up, my Libra from Wisconsin? Let me tell y'all something about trust. Trust is not a one-way street. Trust is a two-way street. And when you are here and you're trying to learn or trying to get information, but you're trying to do it in a way, thank you for sharing my life, and you're trying to do conjure and spirituality just by sitting back watching, being an observer, not a participator, you're not going to get the full information. And the truth be told, no matter what they practice, if they are true conjurer spiritualists, they're never going to share everything anyway. I know that's inclusive of myself. So anybody that that's telling you that they're telling you everything and all the recipes and when I teach things, I leave out a lot of parts because you swear to protect the secrecy or the mysteries of the ATR, depending on what they are. And especially recipes, especially those in hoodoo, Christian magic. What's up there, my Miss Whitney, 79, my Sagittarius? All right. If you drop that number 1 down, you go from 79 to 69. Just one number away from my lucky number. And I tell you guys, a lot of times, no matter how much you be around people, they're not telling you the truth because it's a personal journey. And just like anything, whether it's weight loss, weight gain, whether it's trying to grow, when it comes down to your education, it's when you decide how far you're gonna go. Most people, when they get into this stuff, they just trying to learn just enough so they can to proceed to get out of their dilemma. They're really not trying to understand the science, and so therefore, when they say they don't mean any harm about being disrespectful, the truth is they do mean harm, because anytime, just like in a relationship, if you're gonna get to know the person, in order to do right by you, I got to get to know you. To be able to help you, I got to get to know you. I got to spend time with you. I got to invest my time, energy, and resources in you, and vice versa, to build a healthy relationship. So people that are really not committed into hoodoo, voodoo, Santeria, Christianity, Muslim, whether you're Kabbalah, whatever you practicing, they're never going to be 100. And that's what I try to tell people. Don't ever expect something out of other people that you personally know you part-time in. You know what I'm saying? If you're not fully committed into something and you just there, you trying to get a little couple, because like me being a spiritualist, there's something people do all the time. They always trying to get free information out of me. As much as I give free information, people are constantly trying to get free information out of me. And I'm going to tell you why that is incorrect. You always leave yourself on that spiritualist. When I tell you there's nothing for free, don't let nobody tell you. Talking about, oh, Jesus paid it all. No, you are the Christ. You are the living sacrifice. And every time you get something for free, as you quote unquote, you are leaving yourself in a spiritual debt to that individual. That's why I always pay my way. All right, now hit that like button. She's chiming in. Thank you so much, Miss Whitney. You better do that for her. Oh, for y'all that do not know, my name is Apostle Ely. I am the pastor and apostle of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated. My beliefs are deeply rooted in African tradition. All right, I love this Sagittarius, this energy. Thank you so much for making sure that I'm getting them likes. But when people are serious about things, always remember this, guys. I don't care what you're doing, who you're practicing with. There's a certain level of commitment and dedication you got to have for somebody to trust you with their inside secrets, okay? It don't even matter if you're paying for it. Not everybody and anybody going to be sharing secrets with you. And people constantly trying to get a free reading out of me, free insight. Apostle, what you see? I look at them so crazy because I realize that you're not listening to me. You never want something free from a deity or a spirit of my nature, of my caliber, and owe somebody like me. Because all you're going to do is put yourself and your legacy in spiritual debt. Okay? Always remember, it's always an energy exchange. All right, now, Minister Mario Brazo Forte, crown. This young man is crowned Ochosi. Yes, he ain't just a son of Ochosi. He crowned. I'm going to be crowned soon. Oh, yeah. And to each and every one of you guys, whatever strides you have made in your spiritual journey, I tell you like this, life is what you make it. And when you are dedicated to certain things and you're committed, thank you so much for them gifts. Yes, baby. When you are dedicated. All right, Capricorn from Atlanta. All right there. What's that? I don't got my glasses gone. Is that Musical Chief _94? I think that's what I'm seeing. But guys, let me tell y'all something. When it comes down to really understanding why you do what you're doing, yes, Medifun Ochosi, when you're really dedicated to stuff, stop trying to play. My mom and them, because I come old school right here. My mom they use the word, people put the pole mouth on you. No matter how much your need is and how much you feel like you don't have, or you at a certain disadvantage, whatever that disadvantage, don't have a victim mentality. Huh? If you give the effort and the desire, spirit ancestors will make a way. When something is meant for you, always remember that when something meant for you, your spirits, your ancestors, your guardians, whatever you call them, they will make a way for you. And let me tell y'all something, another thing that I would hope that people listen to somebody like me. Stop putting so much emphasis on the name of a spirit. Okay? Because remember, in the beginning, everything was about frequency, vibration, and frequency, vibration, and energy. That's how you manifest. That's how everybody manifests. That's right. You can't miss what you never had. Ain't that the truth? That's even down to a friend. But when y'all think about this, when you look around and you trying to grow, always remember, just like a natural plant or a natural tree, you got to be planted. You got to be consistent in a space. And you have to be in an environment that's conducive. That's like in the natural. When you put plants in environments that are not conducive for their growth, either they die or they never reach their potential. You got to understand, the moment you realize who you are, what your energy is, your frequency, then you can determine how to adjust your environment. Remember, your environment is not something that's anchored. You can always change your environment if you understand. You're going to change your environment when it comes to people, places, and things. But what a lot of people do, they try to learn about all these other entities and spirits outside of themselves and never learn how to grow themselves. And so therefore they spend time helping the Orisha grow, the Loa grow, the Mpungo grow, or their pots grow, and they themselves never grow. You're supposed to be building your own light, and those spirits are supposed to be assisting you in that spiritual development. Showing out again, huh? You real? Already? Oh, it's something. All you have to do is get the spray. Oh, thank y'all so much for hitting that like button. Y'all is chiming in for me. I appreciate that. But when it comes down to spiritual journeys and things of that nature, you know, the more real you are with people, they don't want to hear that. Good evening. How you doing? Those that really mature and balance, sober-minded, they appreciate this type of teaching. They appreciate this type of understanding and clarity, because it makes their journey more authentic. It makes it more beneficial, and they suffer less losses in their journey. And they're not so busy trying to be validated. They're not spending a lot of time trying to get people to like them. They don't spend a lot of time trying to fit in, because they understand. And let me tell you another thing: the grass is never greener on the other side. It only appears that way because it's something you perceive you want. Thank you for them roses. Appreciate that. But the reason why I emphasize so greatly on your own ashe, your own tree. What is the difference between born with the gift? The difference is that there is a mandate on your life. When you're born with a gift, because Spirit, Divine Mother, Divine Father never gives something. So happy to see you online. You are a gem to this world. Oh, thank you, Mystical. Thank you. The reason why I tell people about being born with something is because there's a mandate, and so there are certain spirit guides that are already there with that individual that is going to usher them in a certain direction. And it's really about them being obedient more so than them actually trying to figure out who about this person and that person. Once they realize that that's their gift, it was given with a purpose. Understand your purpose. Hey there, what's up there? My friend, yes, my Rican. Thank you so much. Is that Boss Braids? But when it comes down to spirituality and being born with a gift, you got to really understand that you are mandated, and there much is given, much is required. And to them that know to do good and do it not, we get chastised more. People, we all have. Oh, that's your new page. Well, welcome back in this new name. People that are called. Everybody has a spirit. Everybody has energy, frequency, and vibration. I just think that people, just because you have certain people in certain other spaces and places that may be more developed than others, just like we all got legs, we all got arms, we all got eyes, but we all are not disciplined. We all not taking care of ourselves. So, I'm 50 years old. What's the price of consultation? All my consultations are only $150. For now, anyway. They're on my website. But when you think about what you really trying to invest in, just like somebody trying to become a doctor and think they're going to spend $20 or $30 or $400 become a doctor. We already know that ain't true. You know what I'm saying? There's too much education and too much schooling and too much investment that has to go into becoming a doctor of any aspect of whether it's medicine or certain skill sets or mastering in certain areas. It's a lifetime journey. But I just try to encourage people that I like to be fair with people when it comes to he said Mother Susan. Huh? Mario said something about Mother Susan. He must be want you. He want me? I guess. He just put your name. He just said Mother Susan. Maybe them. Maybe y'all. It's alright. I guess if he didn't say he wanted you. But this is the stuff that I try to share with people, because I'm tired of people saying that they're being scammed when the truth of the matter is some people are not being scammed, that they just are not looking for, or they're trying to be something that they see somebody else as, and they're trying to learn from that person instead of understanding their energy. There's nothing wrong with any of the ATRs. It's just like educational system. We learn something in preschool, we learn something in kindergarten, we learn something in first grade, second grade, third grade, and so forth. Every education, every evolution, every cycle of life teaches you something. When you miss out on those cycles, you miss out on certain truth. You telling the truth. My PhD as psychologist is 150K plus. Thank you. Now let me say this. I'm glad you said something. I said this in my live. Happy me after. I'm gonna say this. I had people, and for whatever reason, because and I'm glad Happy Me After said this. I have so many people for whatever reason, and this is not a me thing, that when it comes to spirituality, people want to jump to mastery level. People want to just jump to certain levels, and I don't understand that. If you want to be over people, you want to be able to help people, then you need to go through the chain of commands that's necessary. What? Oh. So when it comes down to people growing, I like people talking about, oh, I got 2 PhD degrees, I got 7 doctorates, and then when they open their mouth, it sounds nothing like a doctor. It sounds nothing like somebody that has a PhD degree. Let me tell you something, guys. I know it may be alluring, it may be exciting, and for whatever reason it may be. But what you don't want to do is you don't want to skip process, because you want to be seen so bad. You don't want to skip process and miss out on certain development. Every cycle, everything that I've gone through led me to this space. Absolutely. It has taken 4 years to prepare to initiate for a particular hoodoo lineage. Let me tell you something. The amount of time that you put into something, investment, a lot of times the reason why people don't respect what they do is because they're in a rush. See, most of the time when you don't mean anything good, when I say anything, any of the practice good, you in a rush. Anybody that truly knows that if you're going to be good at something, it's going to take some time. It takes development and instruction, and you got to learn up under somebody. And no matter how much you think you know, you're still learning. And even her with a PhD degree, understand she's still, even though you got a PhD degree, you're still learning, and your mind is still open to learn. All of these people get into these crafts trying to be as though they are the pinnacle of all knowledge. I only have part. Even your Bible tells you prophesy in part. That's why it is important to know your egun before getting crowned. Not only just when getting crowned, it's important because the more you know about your ancestors, the more you know about yourself. The more you know about yourself, the more you know about your ancestors. If you don't even know their name, the more you know about self, you know about the universe. The more you know about self, you know about Mother Earth, because you are a product of all of these aspects. You see what I'm saying? So when you skip certain grades, I remember one of my teachers, I don't know what that was, just came out the water. One of my teachers said this, that when you cheat yourself. Every time you let somebody else do your work, they're the one that's benefiting. They're the one that's developing. They're the one that's growing. Their 5 senses are developing. A lot of people, instead of studying or searching, understanding the research aspect of any spiritual practice, they always want somebody to tell them something. Oh, tell me this. What this herb for? What this and that? You're cheating yourself. Even though you're getting the information, you're cheating yourself of the process of what it goes through to learn and what to do to education. I am still learning. Continuing education courses are mandated yearly. Posture as a student, and so that's as we say in the spiritual community, a student of the craft. To all of these to master certain things is really basically saying I have matured and developed. Doesn't mean that I say I know all things no matter what I practice. And I'm gonna say this, and I can be straight up with you. There's things I don't know when I'm doing work that is revealed to me on the spot. It reminds me of when Jesus told Simon Peter, flesh and blood have not revealed. The purpose of having a relationship with your eguns or your spirits or your ancestors or whatever you want to call them, higher self. Hey. Yes. Oh, Metafun. Oh yeah. To actually understand that I need the process in order to be perfected, so that when I'm sitting in a situation, I know how. Praise the Lord, Bishop. I know that how to inquire, like David. He inquired of the Lord. When you get to a certain place in life and certain level of maturity, you learn not to lean to your own understanding. You learn not to be a know-it-all. You learn that God's spirit is source for real. And a lot of people have a lot of frustration, a lot of anxiety, a lot of situation where they feel like they're getting left behind. I remember being raised up in a household with rules and regulations. You know what I'm saying? And then when you got that, when you come up like that, people that don't have rules and regulations, it always look like they have a better life, because you don't understand that those rules and regulations are actually for your benefit, actually keeping you out of trouble, actually keeping you from experiencing certain things at your age that you should not be experiencing. All of these people that like to go out here and try to learn spirituality on their own, you're going to find yourself in spaces where you're going to lack not only so much knowledge, you're going to also lack a certain level of support. And anybody that truly practices spirituality knows that all this stuff connected. I don't care what you practice, they all lead to oneness. They all lead to the understanding that you're a part of the universe, you're part of nature, you're part of whatever you working with. You understand? Whether it's called Orishas, whether it's called angels, Loas, ancestors, all of that stuff is important. But I said that because when you don't have an ear to hear, you always running this. You don't have solutions. See, I'm a man of solutions. And so therefore, I find myself constantly in situations and circumstances where I'm constantly learning, so I can have solutions for the hope that's on inside of me. That's what we say in the church. A lot of times, whether you're in Ifa, Voodoo, Obeah, Conjure, whatever, they don't have no hope. And a lot of times, most people can only identify the problem. And sometimes not even the problem. Some people can only identify the symptoms. And when you're in the ATR, it's supposed to be about resolving the issues, bringing cures, not what man does, practicing medicine or this and that. We're actually supposed to be solving issues where they do not reoccur. Mother Nature solves issues. That's why it runs in cycles. That's why Mother Nature runs in seasons. And we are coming from that same thing, saying about the constellation. You understand? Everything in the universe, everything in Mother Nature, it makes adjustments. You know what I'm saying? It understands that so many, just like the turtles at the ocean. The turtles out here. Every mother that birthed turtle, put those eggs in there, she know all her babies not gonna make it. Before she ever birthed any of those eggs, she's already aware that not all of her babies gonna make it. Some of them gonna make it out the egg and get pounced before they get to the sea. But she's laying enough eggs that some of them are going to make it, and some of them go, because that's why we have what we call the law of abundance. Because when you have abundance of something, people can't stop you, because they might crack 17 eggs, but you lay 115. You understand? See, to have an abundance of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, when people think they can hinder you or block you or do all this stuff, this is why I tell people that the same universal truth. You sow sparingly, you're going to reap sparingly. You sow abundantly, you're going to, and that's in anything. It ain't just about finance, it's about anything. You never want to walk around here, you just got you work in a facility that you got to wear a white jacket every day, and you only bought one white jacket. You the ones, before you even walk that door, you frustrate yourself, because anything can dirty your white jacket. Why don't you have a backup? You know you got to work at least 5 days a week. At the very least, you should have 8 jackets. At the very least, you should have 8 jackets. Huh? And these are the things that I try to explain to people. You create your own frustration because you're not paying attention to the cycles of life. You're not paying attention to the cycles of the moon. You're not paying attention to your state. Like the reason I mentioned to many of you guys that I was born the way that I am, and I also mentioned to you guys that I'm 50 years old, because what I am saying to you, I understand where I am. I understand my phase. I understand what I need to be doing, and I understand that if I live 50 more years, double my age, I'll be 100 years old. So there are certain things I need to be doing now that once I turn 60, I don't have to worry about, and when I turn 70, I don't have to worry about, because every cycle we're supposed to be expanding on that, whatever talent that may be, whatever resource that be. And let me tell y'all something. Some of you guys have made your life so hard just by being hard-headed. Is he taking his glucose tablets? Huh? Yeah, I said, did he take his the glucose is right in the there. No, you got your phone, right?
No, I left it in there.
Oh, okay. All they got to. Okay. Yeah, but When I tell you guys why I teach health, I teach a mental accountability. I try to tell people about the beauty. Everybody trying to make this so spiritual. The main part is to understand that you're grown. When you understand that you're grown, then you understand why you resonate, why you do the things you do. If you can't get past that you are accountable for self, and you're accountable for your happiness, your peace of mind, then you're not going to do the necessary things that bring about that reality that you claim that you want to live in. Once I take responsibility of my state of mind, then I determine who I'm going to listen to. I determine what I'm going to listen to. I determine what information I'm going to intake. When I'm constantly putting that responsibility on other people, I can constantly blame other people why I don't know this, why I don't have this, why I'm not experiencing that. But when I take responsibility for my own universe, my own kingdom, my own spirituality, all of a sudden now I start living more the reality that makes me happy, that makes me complete. So it don't matter if I'm practicing hoodoo, voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Congo, Palo. All of these are spiritual science or vehicles to manifest the God or spirit or ashe within myself. So that's what I tell people all the time. Like, if you want to really grow and develop, you're going to find the people that resonate on the journey. And let me tell you something. The young lady with the PhD degree, I guarantee you, if she's hanging around people that are not trying to further their education, she's going to frustrate not only them, but her. And she's at fault, because once you elevate, it's like getting in the elevator. Once you go pick a floor, you're no longer on the floor where you've been. So when you choose as a man or woman to increase your learning, expand your mind, expand your spirituality, you got to realize you're not going to be on the same floor. So you cannot expect certain people that have not made a choice to go to another floor. Some people are very comfortable where they are, whether that's poverty, whether that's confusion, whether that's sickness, whether that's busybody tending to other people's business. People every day wake up and show you who they are. You determine. It's like going into a grocery store. You can only walk on that aisle so long and not realize where you at. Huh? If you look around on that aisle, if you go to Publix and you look around that aisle, okay, I'm on the candy aisle. Okay, I'm on the dog food aisle. Okay, I'm on the meat. I'm dairy. Hey there, babe. What's up, my quiche, my Scorpio? These are the things that are important for a man or woman to say to themselves. When I look around as though I'm in a grocery store, there's always something to learn in your lives. Thank you, baby. It is something that you have to make a decision. Say, you know what? I'm realizing that these are the facts. Facts. They said my grandmother used to say, you keep hanging out at the barbershop, you gonna get. I know that's right. And whatever they cutting in there, you gonna get some of it. You understand? All that line about I didn't know that was gonna happen to me. You keep playing with puppets, somebody gonna lick you in the mouth. Huh? Now you want to get mad with the puppet for being a puppy, or the dog for being a puppy. I finally got you live. Oh, you know what? I haven't been on TikTok. I've been on YouTube most of the time, because a lot of stuff I'm teaching, I don't want. It's gonna offend people, and TikTok give people too much power to shut your live down. So I can't do it. I gotta be me. And I was just thinking about the day I'm out here on the ocean. Are you going? Yeah, I'm going live tonight at 9. That I am. Because I got something to teach tonight that's gonna really help a lot of you guys. And let me tell you something, for whatever reason, my video on YouTube, why people use pictures in magic, went like almost 400 views. I'm like, what's really going on? But you know, I try to share stuff that I know, because I do this, that is gonna actually help people. But people just think everything gonna be simple. They want to overlook their own ancestry, their own capabilities. The oldest folk, like old folks say, I can't go where I used to go, and I can't do what I used to. Exactly. And let me explain. I want to say this. I'm glad you say that. Let me say, you should, when you grow to a certain place, you shouldn't want to go. I'm gonna say that again. When you grow to a certain place of maturity, there's a certain place you shouldn't want to be called at. There's certain things you shouldn't want to be doing. Like, I don't want to ever see that 20-year-old me. That 20-year-old me that I was, I don't. That brother right there, I don't want to ever see him no more. Good riddance to him. You understand? There are certain things that if you are truly maturing, and especially for all of you guys that have made certain levels of investment, then what's the whole point of you going going through what you're going through, if you want to still surround yourself with the same people types, no. Every level is supposed to get better, levels of maturity. The stuff I used to struggle with when I was in my 20s, I don't struggle with that no more. The people that, like, certain people don't get my goat like they used to get because I understand my temperament. You understand? Like, the whole purpose of learning yourself is that not that you change, that you just understand. Certain things that used to cause me to pop off, just willing to risk it all for nothing, can't get me to do that now. There's a time I would never would have thought, listen, I'm a Sagittarius, moon in every, there's a third thing, I would have never thought I would ignore certain comments people made. I'm 50 years old. The stuff I have the ability to ignore, you could have never told me that 10, 15, 20 years ago that I would be in a place mentally or emotionally that certain things I don't even address. Because I felt like I had to deal with, I had to confront anything and everything. That's the way I felt. I don't feel that way no more. Huh? I know that a no don't mean a no. Maybe no to you. You may say no to me, don't mean that I'm not going to get it. I understand that now. I understand that everybody cannot follow you into a certain level. And I believe that if people understood that level as a maturity thing and stop making it about somebody dissing you, somebody getting rid of you, somebody not caring about you. You know what I'm saying? Understand when somebody needs that breather. I remember, thank you there, brother, Minister Mario Brazo 14. That was a very good point. I know it's the same way. Like, the purpose of me being able to help you now, let me tell y'all this. If you really want to practice this stuff, and no matter when I say stuff, I'm talking about any of the ATRs. The more honest you are, the more you're going to help people. And what I mean by that, I can help people that done been where I was. Hey there, baby, how you doing? Lotus _ sunflower 777. I can help people spiritually and naturally, male, female, gay, straight or bi, rich or poor, because I done been through so many phases in my life that I can share, and there are certain things that I did not have the compassion. See, you got to be honest as a spiritual practitioner. Like, you can't show gratitude until you express, like, I would, if it wasn't for the wisdom that was shared to me, I wouldn't be where I am. If it wasn't for the helping hand that I received from certain people. This is why I tell you guys, value your relationship. I don't understand how some of you guys don't understand why it's important to invest in your friend. I told someone, I said, at the very least, you should piss on the tree that give you shade. And what I mean by that, what is it going to hurt you? You're going to do it anyway. Why not give it to the tree that's going to actually benefit from the water and the nutrients? And you still gonna benefit from the tree. In life, a lot of us miss out on certain things because the very help that God gave us, we did not water, we did not support it. And when it started getting fragile and losing limbs and branches, and it can no longer, it ain't no longer full anymore, blocking out the sunlight, no longer giving full shade, you are responsible for that. I told myself I ain't burning another candle or sacrificing another chicken for a dumb decision. I know that's right, baby. Let me tell y'all something. I told them that those that are following me, that supporting me in my crowning and riding with me, that ain't me showing favoritism. That's supporting those that support me. I'm 50 years old. I don't have time to be pouring into people that ain't pouring into me. I don't have that kind of time. I don't have that kind of patience. I don't have that kind of energy. I don't have that kind of resource. I don't have none of that. See, when you get to a certain age, you do for who do for you. Huh? If mama do for you, you do for her. Daddy don't do for you, you don't do for him. Cousin do for you, you do for cousin. Like whatever it is, friend, enemy, it don't matter to me. You can be my enemy. If you keep being a footstool to me, helping me get to the next level, I'm going to look out for you. I know you ain't heard that before. If you my enemy and chose to be my footstool in life, I'm going to make sure you never get not one broken leg. Because you the one help me step to the next level. So you ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. And this is the stuff I try to share with people because they out here doing spells, works, and all this other stuff and not considering these things. Say, I love it. Big Sagittarius in it. Thank you, baby. Well, that's good. Yeah, and let me tell you something. When you think about what you really want. See, this is why I say it's grown-up decision. Because once a man or woman makes up their mind, that's the half of the spell is over. Half of the work, the conjure is over. When you make a decision about what kind of reality you want to live in and willing to make the adjustments, whether that is moving to new people or leaving old people, places, or things to live in that said reality, it's worth it to you. Just like people, I use the example about it being in a gym, right? Going to a gym. You already know going into that gym, you're going to get hurt. Okay? What you mean by that, Apostle Ely? No gain, no pain, no gain. You already know that in order to gain muscle mass or tonus, whatever, you're going to have to sweat, you're going to have to work out, and you're going to be sore. So you already have built in, as a mature man or woman, there's a certain level of discomfort, certain level of pain, a certain level of a hurt that's coming. When you want to deal with this power of love and relationship, a lot of y'all talking about, I don't want to be hurt no more, you're not mature. People that love you gonna hurt you. People that you love gonna hurt you because you don't know everything. You can't be there everywhere doing all things to them. So you're gonna disappoint them some fashion. So a part of understanding of being hurt is knowing how to heal. A part of your level of maturity, no matter what you practice, you should know. If you know your stomach, you lactose intolerant, you should have things already prepared. You ain't got to stop living. You ain't got to stop experiencing, but you prepare for when that situation happens. Huh? You know your bowels loose? Be prepared. You know you at the age that you can't hold it that long? Be prepared. You suffer less embarrassment, less setbacks, less faulting other people when you know enough about you. When you know what you have need of. This is why I believe in winning. And a part of that winning is being prepared for where you at in life. And there's too many people out here putting that responsibility on other people and talking about, oh, look what they doing. Let me tell you something. Somebody can throw at you all day long. But if you got your proper protection on, either it's not going to affect you or it's going to do less damage. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. It's a real thing. I don't care what you practice. If you have not invested in your protection, you're going to different levels and different heights, and you're not amping up your protection, and you want to be this powerful guru, you want to be this CEO, you want a Fortune 500, got all these big dreams, and your protection ain't on the level. I'm gonna give you the scripture. I wish above all that you prosper, even as your soul prosper. So whatever level you claim that you're trying to go to, you should be meeting that spiritual thing in the same manner. The same manner. Huh? Ain't no way I'm going to get out on social media platform and have my protection on elementary level. I can't do it. Oh, I wouldn't have made it this far, y'all. Even when you're trying to help people, you got to step your game up. Like I seen one commercial said, you a grown man, but you still got PIP insurance. You a grown man with a family, and you ain't got full coverage. It say a lot about where you at. Spiritually ain't no different. You cannot be claiming out here that you at certain levels and you don't have certain spiritual insurances. It doesn't resonate with the level of maturity that should be in anybody that practices these ATR. You already know that just like in the army, you can lose your life. When you get into these ATRs, you putting your life on the line. So you should have certain things set up so if something go left, you good and your loved one's good. But a lot of us get out here because you ain't took your time to go through all this process and be aware, be around really wise people, be around, because I was raised up by older people. Thank you so much for them likes. Y'all showing out for me over here. Let me tell you something. A lot of these people, you can't get upset with them. They can't talk like Apostle Ely talk because they don't have the certain level of maturity. They don't have those experiences. They weren't challenged. They didn't have the certain structures that I had. So therefore, stuff that I thought was a no-brainer, I realized that a lot of people weren't raised up there, or that type of instruction wasn't given to them, so they don't know. So just like they say parents can't do what they don't know, it's the same true when it comes to spiritual practitioners. Don't matter what their practices are. How can you guide somebody in something when you haven't experienced yourself? You still making the same mistakes that your 10-year-old, your 12-year-old, your 16-year-old, your 14-year-old, your 18-year-old. You, the mama, the daddy, and y'all all still making the same mistake because nobody's maturing. And how can you show them a better way when you ain't caught on? And I'm trying to insult people, but I'm trying to tell you, in life, in spirituality, There are only 4 seasons. It's not going to change. There are only 4 elements. And then some science is 5. Air, fire, earth, water, metal. Or some people say wood. If you ain't trying to catch on, how many seasons you got to go through in summer that you ain't got no summer clothes? How many seasons you got to go through in spring that you ain't got no spring clothes? How many autumn or fall you got to go through? What's up there, my Leo? How many you got to go through? How many winters you got to go through until you be prepared? Even a dog shed in seasons. Even an animal. Hey there. Ricky Moore, what's up there? Let me tell y'all something. The more real you are, the more you're going to embrace wisdom. The more you want to grow, you're going to embrace knowledge. Nobody ain't got to run you down when you serious about you. Nobody ain't got to tell you to make certain sacrifices when you serious about you. A lot of the reason why people out here missing a lot of components in their spiritual life, because you weren't never serious about your practice. Even though I haven't got crown yet, I got all my tools. I'm not waiting on my padrino to tell me, go get this, go there. I done did my own study. I done did my own research. I've been practicing spirituality for a long time. Because you go already know. I know that's right. When you think about, when you serious, like the young lady that got a PhD, you sit here waiting on your professor? You still waiting on the school system? That's what you say you want? You ought to be prepared. You ought to be ready. You ought to be on point. All of this, putting all this responsibility off on other people for something you claim to want. I want to master my craft, so he's not going to have to. When my padrino, I think I was doing a working with the Orishas, and he was telling me, he said, I want you to put a candle to it. I said, I already done that. He said, I want you to light incense. I already done that. Only thing that when he got finished with the list of what he wanted me to do concerning that situation, only thing I did not have was the red and white flowers. The only thing that I had not already done, remember, I have not even crowned. I'm just under his lead, but I've always taught to be prepared. I don't sit there and wait on somebody else to make me think. We're in the age of Aquarius. You should be thinking for yourself, if that's something you want. Only time you're waiting on other people, because when you want somebody else to be responsible for whether or not you get the outcome or the reality you claim you want. But when you are responsible for your reality, you're going to get up and do what you need to do. Whether that's getting up 4 days in the morning, whether that's giving, whether that's associating with different people, that's cutting off people. Nobody ain't got to tell you who to leave alone. Not when you serious about you. I got people that I love, care about. I don't hang around them because they will interfere in my journey. And I still love them. Still miss them. But you don't come before my spirituality. When something is important enough to you as a grown man or a grown woman, you'll do what it takes. And you'll stop running around here lying on other people in hoodoo, voodoo, Santeria, Kumi, Christianity. Oh, my pastor didn't do this. My mom and daddy, I was born. What kind of reality you want to live in? All I'm waiting on, most people that work with me, make a decision. Be committed to your decision and let's go. Let's do this. Other than that, it's a bunch of junk. You lighting candles in vain. You light incense in vain. You doing your crossroad. All this stuff. Going to the Orishas. You ain't serious. You're not serious. You just like on your job. You just going to work just enough to not get fired. You're going to do service to your ancestors just enough so when you need them to help you out of something. You not 100. And it's okay. But don't put yourself in categories where us, that we 100 and some days I be 1,000 about this. And it's just the real truth. And that's why only a certain level of people are attracted to what I do. It ain't that other people don't learn from me, but only a certain amount of people can handle this level of truth. And you got to be at a certain level of maturity to be around somebody like me. Because I don't have time for all that lying. Better have it and don't need it. And then need that. That's my mom Virgo. She said all the time. She didn't say that. She said like this: it's best to have a tool and not need it, than to need it and not have it. My Virgo did not play. Weigh your tools. Weigh your tools. Especially how you as a plumber and you ain't got your tools. How you an electrician and you ain't got your tools. You showing up to work and ain't got your tools. Everybody know you're not serious. The reason why a lot of you guys have a hard time with others spiritually, I'm gonna hip you this. They know you're not serious because of your lack of investment. So what they do, just like in a relationship, they try to get out of you what they can and counter to the game. When you dealing with somebody in a natural relationship and they really ain't serious about you, what you do? You try to get as much as you can out of them until it's over. Because you already know it ain't going nowhere. I guarantee you get serious and dedicated with somebody, you're going to see a mutual investment. Because nobody at my age have time to invest in people that are going to walk away. Nobody's going to hire you if you say, well, I'm only going to, I want this job until this other job comes through, so I'm really not going to be here that long. But if you really tell them that, they're not going to hire you. I don't care how qualified you are. Those are facts. That's why most people come into these spiritualities lying. That's why you don't get far. Because people know that you're lying and they can't afford to invest in you, their knowledge, wisdom, understanding, or whatever they have to offer, because you're not going to be there and you don't believe in pouring back into where you get your help from. Show somebody you can be dedicated and sincere. And I guarantee you, with that alone, without burning candles, without doing spiritual bath, just that level of sincerity, things will change. Things will change. All right, guys, I got to get up because I got to get back because I'm going to come on later at 9 o'clock. Got some stuff to tell y'all. Thank you so much for sharing some time with me. And to all of you guys that have been supporting and still supporting me in my crowning of Oya, Medifun Oya. Thank you so very much, because you don't have to, but you did. And I appreciate that you did. Appreciate many. And thank you for those likes. Nothing comes before my God. Money, time, I do what it takes to make it. I know that's right. Appreciate you. But I'll see you guys at 9 o'clock on my YouTube channel. If you have not got a chance to join my YouTube, do yourself a favor and get there. Thank you so much for taking the time to share so much beautiful wisdom. You quite welcome. I hope y'all, and above just hearing this wisdom, I just hope that a lot of you guys, I'm giving it from a sincere place. I hope you guys really listen and apply that, because I'm trying to tell you, it'll change your life. All right? God bless.